All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. 11U action set to take place right here on the Brevard Sports Network. And what a 10U game we just had. Overtime. Yes, an overtime game we just had. That was wow. I'll tell you this, it's going to be hard to top that game. But I hope someone tries to. I hope these next games are just as good as that one. All right, here we go. Both squads getting talked to. 11U, another highly anticipated game. You know, when you just look at the amount of players, Landry Hart, Aiden Jace Flores, Caleb Lang, Eli Keith, Chase Zielinski, Luke Goldie, Everett Schwartz, Aiden O'Toole. The names that come to this is for Satellite. This is that team. This is that squad that they're hoping takes them places. Now, I talk about that, not having seen this 11U for the Port Orange Hawks. So understand I'm not discrediting them at all. Because I haven't seen them play, and I really hope the talent matches so we can have another amazing game like we just had in 10U go to overtime, because these guys are – I'm only speaking on what I know as I've been covering Satellite the last on and off 3-4 years, and I say on and off for me personally because we've had other guys that have done Satellite for our company. Here we go. Caleb Brown here, set to bring you all the action. I have both team rosters, and it looks like Satellite Beach will be receiving. Here to start the first half. Wow. Wow. All right, I think I'm calmed down for the most part. I mean, that last game was an adrenaline rush, man. That was awesome. You have an opportunity today or tonight, maybe even tomorrow before NFL kicks off, go rewatch that game, because it will have you on the edge of your seat as if you watched it live. Number 28 set to do the kickoff. It's Reiner Paris. And that'll be number 2 on the carry. That's Anderson Fales. And Fales will bring it with a nice return inside to Port Orange territory. 1st and 10 from about the Hawk 45-yard line. Let everyone know they can watch this game live here on the Brevard Sports Network. Tag your friends, tag the family that can't be here at the field today. Even if they are here, go ahead and tag them so they can go back and rewatch this. 2 backs in the backfield. Landry, Hart. Hart's going to hand off there to number 21. Number 21's got some room, got some daylight, finishes his run hard. Going to be Jace Pescatore, but there was a flag at the beginning, false start on Satellite Beach. So that'll negate that run and back him up 5 yards. Quarterback Landry Hart, brother of Coco quarterback, 4-star commit to Michigan, Brady Hart. And he gives it off there, and look at that hard run. Number 44, James Stilley. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And this time they're going to give it back to Pescatore. And Pescatore pick up a couple of yards. That'll make it 3rd and 9 right here for the Hawks. As look at the whole defense just subbed out. 10U did something very similar at the beginning of their game. I like it. You have a big 3rd down, you have 3rd and 9. You know, send your second group, or I don't know if their second group there was the ones that were just in. But making sure everyone gets all their plays, try to knock that out of the way early, and then go play, and then continue to play football. And Hart, I'm sure, saying very kind words to his late teammate running on the field. And that's going to be a false start or an illegal motion on Satellite Beach. Anderson Fales was late getting onto the play, and then the wing back there started to kind of move before the snap. Hart rolling, steps up, and he's going to be swallowed up by that Hawks defense. Number 20 getting credit for the sack, Jalen Marcano. Jalen Marcano with a sack, and that's going to force the Scorpions into a punting situation. And Anderson Fales back to punt. And that's going to be not a far one. Going to be a high one. It's going to take a Scorpion bounce. And the Hawks will jump on it. That says number 0. I don't have another. Yes, I do. Parker Engel will jump on it for the Hawks, and we'll get a chance to see this Hawks offense for 11U for the first time today. Quarterback under center. Number 13, that's number 5 with the carry. Number 5 slipping and sliding his way through the defense. And number 5, that's Delane Jackson on the carry. Your quarterback is number 13, Daniel Hamlin. And that was a great run there by Jackson to pick up a Port Orange Hawks first down. They come back to the line. And quarterback's going to keep it himself. And he will take a hard shot. Will Daniel Hamlin. All right, let's see if I can do this here. Let me know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. .451 left to go here in the first quarter. Come out, really spread out. 2 receivers down here to the bottom of your screen. Hamlin gives it off to Jackson. Jackson cuts upfield. Beautiful job on the tackle by number 87. And that's going to be Noah Menino. Katrina Pfister says, let's go Port Orange Hawks. It's going to bring up third down here for Port Orange. They're inside Scorpion territory. Hamlin fakes the toss, and number 15 said, I don't think so. That's going to be Aiden Jace Flores. Flores said, nope, I didn't fall for the fake. Fourth down, we're going to see they tried the fake punt, and they would have had it, but someone moved a tick early. Someone moved a tick early, and that one that's got to hurt. Because you had it, you had the play you wanted, you had the lineup you wanted, and that one now will be punt away, a line drive punt. Flores back deep to return. Flores going to let that one fall, and great coverage there by the Hawks. That was number 1 going and downing it. That's Zakal Harvin, and Harvin will down it inside the 12-yard line. Going to bring it up to the 20. Maybe it was originally touched at the 20. So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Hawks. Hart is going to give it off to Tessitore. Tessitore fighting hard for yards and That defensive line there for Port Orange, not having any of it, picks up about a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9 here. There's a snap, and Hart's going to call his own number. Hart gives a stiff arm, dragging a defender, continues to drag him. That was an impressive run by a quarterback, by anybody, but that'll be enough for a Kelly Williams Real Estate McCann Group first down. Information at the bottom of your screen to get in contact with them for your real estate needs. And there's the handoff, and oh, wait a minute. They faked out half the team. Oh, my goodness. What a play. So Hart handed it off to number 21, Jace Pescator. And Pescator then handed it off to number 44, James Stilley. And Stilley reverses field, picks up a huge gain, but it's all for naught as they're bringing the ball back. So all that for naught. I didn't. What'd you say the call was? An inadvertent whistle, not even a penalty. Inadvertent whistle negated that play. Wow. And Hart now tries to go around the right side, and Hart down the sideline. Hart showing the wheels. And Hart will be brought down inside the Hawk, close to the 40-yard line. I don't know. I think he might run a little better than his brother. Here we go. It's now 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Hart pumps, looking. Now he's going to call his own number again. Hart is going to run this one and get shoved out of bounds. Sorry for the out of focus. The window got involved in the play. Wait a minute. Penalty called on Satellite Beach. Looked like he said, the signal looked like it was a personal foul. Really? So that'll back it up, and it will remain first down, 1st and 10. So must have been something said. I don't know what it was. Hart, 2 backs in the backfield with him. He's going to give it off to Pescator. And Pescator will be brought down by big number 15, Colin Jontez. And that will be the final play of the first quarter with your score. 0-0. We'll be right back here on the Brevard Sports Network, powered by Netwick Insurance. All right, as we're back here on the Brevard Sports Network. Second quarter getting set to get underway. So here we go as they now switch sides of the field. Hart alone and fumble the snap. And unfortunately, if you're a Scorpions fan, things not working out the way you hoped. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 13. Hart all alone in the backfield. Sends a man out now, 5 wide receivers. There's a screen there to Flores. Flores trying to get out to the sideline. Still sneaking his way up. Picks up a nice chunk of yardage. But that Hawks defense is too quick out there. Again, the biggest play of this drive, halted by an inadvertent whistle on a reverse because the officials thought the first runner was down, and it was tossed back to another back who reversed it on the field, and it was an inadvertent whistle that blew that play dead. This is 4th down, and Hart is going to take a shot, but there is penalty flags everywhere. And they're going to call helmet to helmet. Helmet to helmet on the defense. That'll be 15 yards, and that'll grant Satellite Beach a 1st down. And that'll put them at about the 25-yard line of the Hawks. Offsides, the neutral zone infraction on the Port Orange Hawks. So now that'll give them an additional 5 yards. It's now 1st and 5 from the 20-yard line. Hart is going to take it himself, and Hart is going to get wrapped up, still dragging a couple defenders down, and eventually finished off. The first Hawk on the scene was Parker Engel. Engel wrapped himself around Hart, the waist of Hart, and Hart was taking him along for a ride. And there's a Port Orange Hawk down on the play. So while we take this time out, again, I'd like to thank our sponsor. These broadcasts and all-day coverage brought to you by Kelly Williams Realty. Oh, no. Okay, I thought he was up. That was my fault. Kelly Williams Real Estate and the McCann Group Beachside. Info is at the bottom of your screen. Give Kelly a call at 321. Try 239-297-9504. And again, there's a Port Orange Hawk player down, and that's why we are where we are at right now. And just checking on him. And he is up. And he is off the field. He walked off under his own power. Well, we hope we see him back in the game, playing to full capacity. And here we go. It's 2nd down and 5 from the 20-yard line. Hart. They went a little hard count. False start on the offense. So that'll back them up 5 yards. So now we'll go back to where we were originally. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Hart communicating the play to the rest of his teammates. Hart rolling. Now he's going to just keep it himself. Hart down the sideline. Nope. All right, my bad. See if I can reach that. Hopefully the wind does not blow my clipboard. All right. As they huddle on up. Hold on, I'm going to go ahead and put the graphic up real quick. All right. My clipboard went flying out the window and had to reach onto the roof and grab it. All right, here we go. Third down here. 3rd and 3. Yeah, check that. 3rd and 8. False start on the offense. I can tell you, Coach is not happy right now. And as a quarterback, you're not happy. As a lineman, you feel like, ugh. Because typically, in that scenario, you've been told, quarterback repeats it, because sometimes us linemen, we can be a little slow. He'll say, on two. And then you move, you feel, ugh. Fires, and it's incomplete. Great defense there by the defensive back. I believe that was number 1. Zakai Harvin comes up with a play to break up that pass, and it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th and 8. So what do you do here? Well, we're going to find out. And the defense said, you're going to do nothing because here we come. And Hart has been taken down by a host of Hawks. First one on the scene was number 55. I don't have – check that. Is that a 54? Why? I'm not sure if she gave it to me. Did you want it? No. Both of these were you. Check that. Might have been 56. James Close gets credit with the tackle. And there's a handoff, slips out of one tackle. 6:31 left to go here in the second quarter. The Hawks offense, this is only, I believe, their second possession. Both these teams have had long possessions here. Jackson in the backfield. Daniel Hamlin, the quarterback, out of a pistol formation. Fires, and it's going to be, it was trying to hit number 15 there on the screen. It's going to be Colin Jontez. And Jontez drops the pass. It'll bring up 3rd down. Call it 3rd and about 7. $5:57 left to go here in quarter number 2 in a scoreless game in which the defenses are playing amazing. The Port Orange Hawks have gotten to quarterback Brady Hart at least 3 or 4 times. Landry Hart. Let's call it. I knew I'd do it. I knew I'd call him by his brother's name. Gotten a Landry Hart. And just outside the fingertips of his intended receiver. That was number 1, Zakai Harvin, the intended receiver. It's going to bring up 4th and 7, and they're going to punt it away. That's a sky-high punt. Peter's what you're yelling. There's number 58 there to down it. Check the number 56, James Close. That 6 looks like an 8. I promise you it does. When you're looking at it real fast and he's moving. But now we'll have another chance to see what Satellite Beach has up their sleeve. Again, no one's really been able to get much of anything going. The two biggest plays for the Scorpions, one was taken back by an inadvertent whistle, one was taken back by a false start. Sends Stills in motion. He's going to – great job by the defensive end right there. Number 77. Konstantin Christoforakis. Konstantin Christoforakis with an excellent job. Folks, when you go back and watch that one, you'll see he holds a spot, stays home, sheds the block, goes and makes the tackle. That is exactly how you coach a D-end to take care of business right there. Hart looks a little confused. Hart gives it off to Stills. Stills, stiff arm. He's got a big play down the sideline. Defense has an angle and pushes him out of bounds somewhere near the 10-yard line. Number 44, James Stilley. Stilley with another big play when the Scorps needed it. And stoppage of the clock for, I believe, an official's water break. With 4:24 left to go here in the second quarter. We're in a defensive slugfest. There's a lot of people nowadays that they say, "Oh, this is boring football." In my opinion, I love a good defensive slugfest. I love watching two coaches essentially trying to play chess with each other. All right, you do this, so I'm going to do this. You do this, so I can undercut this. And I'm 27 years old, but I love defensive slugfest. I love in baseball. I love watching, a 1-0, 2-1 ball game, pitchers duel. Now maybe it says something about the people I grew up around, but you take from that what you will. And nearly ball on the ground. Now listen, am I disappointed when, there's these high-scoring, high-offensive games? I'm not disappointed. I'll watch them. But I'm still of some of the younger ones that enjoy a good defensive slugfest. And there's the handoff, and Pescatore continuing to fight for yards. And it's 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. Pistol formation. Hart rolling. Goes to dump it off to the back. Now he's looking for somewhere. The ball's out. That ball's free. And it's picked up by the Hawks. And there's a caravan of the blockers. And that's good. This scoop and score is going to come back. Cut back. And it'll be pushed out of bounds. But this play is going to come back, and But all that will be for it will be Port Orange ball. Port Orange will get the ball back, but the return will be negated. Illegal block in the back on the return. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Port Orange, as you just saw the white hat make the call. Illegal block in the back. So it will be 1st and 10. There's a handoff, and what a hit. That was number 14, I do believe. That's Elias Barris. And we have a down player. Looks to be a Satellite Beach player. .222 left to go here in the second quarter. There's a player down, and no. And check that. It was a Port Orange player who was down on the ground again. That was number 5, Jackson Delane. But he's up walking off under his own power. So I hope we'll see him back in the game. He's the starting running back for Port Orange. Hamlin on the toss. And that Hawks defense, or that Scorpion defense, doing an excellent job corralling the ball carrier. Timeout called by Satellite Beach. 1:52 left to go. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 12 or 13. So this is where that chess match begins. Two very talented teams. I can obviously tell the talent is there for Port Orange. Of course, I talked in length about the talent on this Satellite 11U. Here we go. 3rd and 13. Quarterback rolling, fires. He's got a man, incomplete, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. He was looking for number 16 there. It was Colin Jontez. I mean, that was a good ball. That was exactly where you wanted it as a quarterback. As a receiver, you got to find a way to come down with that ball. And that's another high punt. Takes a Hawk bounce. And the Hawks will down it. Number one, Zakai Harvin downing that punt. And there is a minute 36 left to go here in the first half. 1:36, 53 yards, 52 yards to go to get into the end zone. Hart rolling. And now he's going to take it himself. Hart lowers a shoulder. Timeout taken by Satellite Beach, and I believe that's their third and final. With 1:03 left to go here in the first half. The Scorpions are trying to open it up down the field. They're trying to throw the ball deep. It is just great coverage by Port Orange. The back of that defense is absolutely awesome. They're getting coverage. The defensive line is getting in there, keeping Hart, behind the line of scrimmage. And when he is, a lot of these runs are just Hart deciding, I'm going to take it myself and dish some punishment. But those do come back to bite you as a quarterback. Hart. What in the heck was that? That looked like so much confusion. Did they think the play wasn't live? I'm hearing guys up here are telling me they heard a whistle as soon as the ball was handed off. So I mean, hold on. So the referee's talking about the center. He thinks the center might have moved the ball. Yeah, they're showing that they just showed the center what he's doing. When he's bending down to pick up the ball, he's moving it a yard. And Hart fires, and ball's on the ground. Recovered by the Hawks, and the Hawks defense comes up with a turnover, their second turnover of the day, with 55 seconds left. Now, and the Hawks are going to call a timeout to make sure everyone's on the same page, and you wonder if they got something planned. This defensive struggle has just been. Here we go. Quarterback rolling. He's going to call his own number. Makes a couple men miss. And he'll be taken down at roughly around the 30-yard line. Well, hold up. All right, so they just took a timeout. I believe I just heard the ref say no more, as in neither team has any timeouts. So here they go. First and there's a toss to Jackson, and Jackson back in the game fighting hard. And the Hawks player that wants a flag. So Hamlin sends a man in motion. Hamlin rolling. Steps up, fires. And incomplete again. The second pass today where the ball has been in the receiver's hands and has gone right through them. And that will be the final play of the second quarter with your score. We have no score going into halftime right here on the Brevard Sports Network in this 11U contest. All right, folks, welcome back to the Brevard Sports Network. I'd like to say we got ourselves a nice little defensive stand here going on. Neither team's offense has really been able to put much on the board. There's a kick, and that one will go out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line if they choose to accept it, or they could back them up and make them re-kick. So 1st and 10 from the 40, and that's where the Hawks will take over. Said we'll just take the spot and call it a day. Hamlin makes his calls, goes under center. Give it off to Jackson. Jackson finds a nice big hole and then watches it collapse as number 5, Everett Schwartz comes in and makes the play after a gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards on the play. Second and 7. Hamlin hands it off to Jackson. Jackson cuts outside. Jackson's got some room and brought down just as he was passing by number 11. Jackson with a nice run and picks up a Kelly Williams and the McCann group beachside first down. Number 11 on the tackle, that's Blake Fish. And they're going to go back. They're going to go right back to that run game. And great push off the ball by the offensive lineman, Jackson. Look, and you know what? That might be, right now your lineman, the right side of that line is pushing the D-line back at least 3 yards off the ball. And when you get that kind of push, you run behind it. And as a former offensive lineman, that's what you love to do. That's right, Coach. Run behind me as I just dominate someone against their will. That's the whole point of football. You are trying to move another man against his will. And just look at that. Boom. 3 yards. Bam. It's going to bring up third and 3. 3rd and 2, possibly. When you can run like that, that gets demoralizing. And it also opens up everything in the pass game, too. Because now when you fear that 3-4 yards a pop, and they're going to give it to Jackson again, and Jackson still fighting forward, still picks up another yard. And that'll be enough for a Kelly Williams and a McCann group first down. 6:43 left to go here in the third quarter. It's the first possession of the second half. Right now, the Hawks are just being methodical about it. Hamlin comes up, makes the correct read at the line. Turns around, and now he's going to call his own number. And not having any of it, the solo tackle goes to number 14, Elias Burris. And Burris said, no, you're not getting outside. 6 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Second down and long. And they're going to give it to Jackson, and Jackson will get hit as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Ball's out. There's a scramble for the football. Satellite Beach says they have it. And it will remain with the Port Orange Hawks. Rolling right. And there's Hamlin. Hamlin's going to call his own number. Hamlin with a nice run and picks up a big chunk of yardage. However, there is a flag on the play. Holding on the offense. That'll back him up. That'll negate that run and back him up 10 yards. And an official's timeout with 4:18 left to go. In the third quarter. You want to continue to thank our sponsor, Kelly Williams Real Estate, the McCann Group over here on Beachside. If you're in the market, you need to give them a call. Referee going to go tell coach he needs to get off the field. And back-to-back timeouts. Coach is going over something. Look, in a low-scoring defensive struggle, I don't know. Me personally, I would usually like to try to save my timeouts to the end because in a low-scoring game like this, you don't know. Now, if they rattle off they pull this off, they're going to make me look dumb and wouldn't be the first time that I've looked dumb and questioned a play call. Looking, fires, he's taking a shot. And it's incomplete. I thought it was nearly intercepted. Eh. .407 left to go here in the third quarter. That's a nice punt. Caught by Flores. Flores down the sideline. He's got some blockers ahead of him. And he'll be caught from behind at the Scorpion. See where they mark it. .44. Scorpions on their own 44-yard line. Making it 1st and 10, and there's a snap, and he gives it there off to Pescatore, and Pescatore fighting for some yardage. He'll fight for about 5 yards on the play. Second and 5. I got to get to the opposing 45-yard line to pick up a first down. Second and 5 from the 50. And look at that, a double handoff, and there's number 44 going down the sideline. Stille, but there's a flag. There are multiple flags on the play, and this one's coming back. Helmet to helmet. Huh? Oh. Got called for a blindside block. And so now that's the second reverse that has been called back. One was due to an inadvertent whistle, and one right there was a blindside block, as it was called. So there's 2 touchdowns taken off the board. Hart now going to hand it off to Stille's. James Stille. Hart takes the snap, drops back. It's being flushed out of the pocket. Still looking downfield. Now he's going to take it up and run himself. And Hart will be pushed out of bounds near the first down marker. Apparently he stepped out of bounds way before that. So he stepped out of bounds at the 46 7:48 yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Scorpions. .206 left to go here in the third quarter. And Hart immediately felt pressure, and he'll be taken down there by number 28, Reiner Paris. And Paris comes up, I believe that's his 2nd sack of the day. Sorry, 2nd solo sack. He's probably been in on others, I just didn't see him, but that's at least 2 solo sacks for Paris. And that's a turnover on downs, and the Hawks will take over. Hamlin under center. They hand off to Jackson. They're going to go back to that rushing attack right up the middle. And that's going to pick up 4 yards. Thank you. Haha. Got the 12U roster. All right. That Jacob Atwell, you are absolutely right. That was a great stop on 4th down. Tell you what, this defense here for Port Orange is really great. And Jackson might have picked up 3 more yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5. 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. Short 4, long 5. Whatever that means. Here we go. Hamlin under center. 3rd and 5. He's going to roll out right. Stops now. He's going to step up, and there's a big 3rd down stop by the Scorpions. Is again, each team is trying to throw the ball down the field. That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter with your score 0-0 here in the 11U matchup. I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with 4th quarter action right here on the Brevard Sports Network. All right, we're back for 4th quarter action. There's a snap and a nice punt. And the Scorpions are not going to get anywhere near it. Down by number 1. Zakai Harvin. Hart fires incomplete. And folks, I do apologize for the window thing being there, but they're at the part of the field where literally, I mean, it's dead in that spot where no matter what, if I set up on one side, and there's a gleaming hole in the middle. Great job following the blockers. Here comes another huge run play. And then a flag after the fact. The very tail end of the play, a flag was called. Tackled there by number 28, Reiner Paris. Block in the back. Okay, I guess the flag was buried. And it was buried in his shorts because it seemed kind of late for a block in the back type call. Hart takes the snap, rolling left. He's going to dash it off to Flores. Flores down the sideline. Flores has himself a big first down and then some. No flags on the play. And that's Hart to Flores. That's that combination that people talk about when talking about this 11U Scorpion team. There's the handoff, and he'll be stuffed right there. May have lost a yard. So 8 minutes left to go in the game. Who's going to pull the stop out? Hart rolling or calling his own number left. Comes near side. One stiff arm. This is another one. He's got some space and finally brought down from behind. No, we are not live on YouTube. The games will be posted to YouTube tomorrow morning. We're only live here on Facebook. And some sort of mishap happened there. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Sends a man in motion, does Hart. Hart with a toss there to Flores. Flores gets to the outside. Flores now cuts back inside. And unfortunately not able to go anywhere. And right now, you're seeing the frustrations there from the satellite offense. You're seeing frustrations there. They just can't seem to get anything truthfully consistently going. They're getting a couple big plays here and there, but Hart from the gun. Got to avoid pressure. Now he's going to take off running with it, and he'll be shoved out of bounds, and nice hit. So this will bring up fourth. This is fourth down now for the Hawks. Gives it to Flores, and Flores will be gotten immediately. Let's check that. It didn't go to Flores. It went to somebody else, but still be brought down immediately. That'll be a turnover on downs. .548 left to go here in the game. Neither team has reached the red zone. So, should it go to overtime, it'll be interesting to see what the play calling is like in the red zone. There's the handoff to Jackson. Jackson trying to make something happen. Yes, the Hawks have ball. Hamlin under center. Hamlin going to hand off to Jackson. Jackson continuing to punish the Hawks with these 4 or 5 yard a pop runs. But then what happens is, look, Jackson's had himself a nice day today. I mean, he probably has somewhere in the realm close to 100 yards rushing. But then when the Hawks try to go play action, the coverage on the backside is almost like the Scorpions are saying, if you're going to beat us with a run, that's fine. We'll take your 4 or 5 yards and try to stop 1 or 2 of them. But we're not going to allow you to throw the football. And just as a whole, the Port Orange defense is having none of it. They've pressured Hart. They've got pressure up the middle, forced him outside, and then they have speed. They can go sideline to sideline. And there's Jackson again. Jackson, and that's what I'm talking about. Jackson just ripped off a 4 and a 5 yarder. And then on that play, gets dropped for a loss of 1. And then Port Orange will try to throw the football the next play in pattern. And the coverage is just there. It's going to bring up second down and 11. There's a toss, and the Scorpions defense there making plays there. That's Hart on the tackle along with number 12, Aiden Corvo. Koravu, my apologies. There's an injured player, so we're going to turn the camera away. As they tend to the player, I'll tell you about our great sponsor, Kelly Williams Real Estate, the McCann Group Beachside, as the player is now up walking off under his own power. It was number 3, Jabari Curry. When it comes to real estate, the McCann Group and Kelly Williams Real Estate will get you right. So here comes Port Orange facing 3rd down and 10. Again, trying to set up a pass and pressure immediately. And in there first was Hart, Landry Hart, hitting the quarterback. So that's, quarterback on quarterback violence. And the Hawks will punt. 2:45 left to go. Ball's on the ground. Could this be the mistake? Could this be the mistake? They didn't get a chance to punt. The snap came in low, and immediately the rush came from Satellite Beach. Could this be that turning moment? Can this be the mistake that Satellite needs to capitalize off? I mean, I can tell you they need to capitalize. That was stupid to say, Caleb. But is this the mistake that turns the tide? 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes left to go here in the game. A punt that could have flipped the field and you would have had to make Satellite drive. Now they're starting the possession with the ball just outside the Kelly Williams Real Estate and McCann Group red zone. There's the handoff up the middle. Rolling, steps up, fires, caught, first completed pass, and that was to number 8. Slade Weisner. Have not called his name all day. He gets his team inside the 10, down close to the 5-yard line, and it's 1st and goal from the 5. Here comes like a goal line looking package. Hart under center, Hart's. And I can tell you why that one didn't work. One, the penetration from the inside. 2, if you go back and watch that quarterback sneak, Landry stood straight up. Every quarterback who's ever been good at the quarterback sneak, a la a Tom Brady, he got low. Low man always wins in football. And when you stand straight up, you make it more difficult on yourself. .112 left to go here in the game. I say you run that same pass you just had the big completion on. Run it to the far side of the field. See if Hart can't get you one completion to the end zone from inside 5 yards. I think you can make it work. But that's also why I'm wearing this headset and talking with y'all rather than wearing a coaching headset and making money from it. Hart under center. Hart is going to keep it himself. Hart racing to the pylon. And he's in. Touchdown, Satellite Beach. I apologize for that one, folks. The window cut me off. But there you go. Hart did a great job. That was a race to the pylon. That was, I want to see if you can beat me to that pylon. So with 1:06 left, and they're going to go for the 2-point kick. Illegal substitution called on the offense. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. There's a snap. The hold. Kick is up. And it is good. So again, I asked, was that the opportunity? And it turns out, yes, it was. 8-0. Scorpions on top of the Hawks. And it came down to that punt. The snap on the punt hit the ground, rolled back to the punter. He didn't have time to get a punt off the rush, got there. And then what happened? Big-time players made big-time plays. Hart with an excellent throw. I don't believe he'd had a completion up until that point. Well, guess what? He had his first completion when he needed it the most. Delivered a great pass to set him up inside the 5-yard line. And then Hart puts the team on his back, says, I'm going to race everyone on the defense to the pylon, and puts it in again. Doesn't always have to be high scoring. Does not always have to be, like Coco and Venice last night. Sometimes it comes to, can you make one or two plays at the right moments? And that's what that was right there. That was, you were given a gift and a mistake. You capitalized off that mistake. And therefore, you're now bearing the fruits of your labor. 1:06 left to go in the game. And whistles blow this kickoff dead. Someone might have gotten a head start. Yeah, I just went and watched I have a device that I'm using to monitor, and so there's a 20-second delay. And yes, someone got a 2-step head start, and yep, you call for that every time. So after this game, what we'll do is we'll end this broadcast and get set for the 12U division action right here on the Brevard Sports Network, powered by Natwick Insurance and sponsored. This broadcast sponsored by Kelly Williams Real Estate and the McCann Group. And a nice little pooch kick. They decided they're not going to kick it deep. They're just going to take the pooch kick, let the kickoff coverage team get down there. So here we go. Does the Scorpion defense have one more stop in them? Or do we see something out of Port Orange? Lots and lots of whistles. Got everyone back. All right. Hamlin drops back. Rolling left. Fires, and it's caught. There's a completion, and there's a tackle. That completion was made there to number 1, Zakai Harvin. And a timeout taken by Port Orange. Now, that was their third and final timeout. Remember, they used back-to-back timeouts early in that third, I believe early or somewhere in the middle of the third quarter. Does that come back to bite them? Because remember, the big play did not happen after 2 timeouts. They called the initial one. The coach didn't want to keep him in the huddle a little longer. Called a second one to keep him right there in the huddle. And then nothing came from it. Hamlin on the snap. Hamlin rolling, fires, and it's incomplete. He's going to bring up third down, or second down. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that's right. They just took the timeout before first down. I knew that. 45 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. As the 12U Hawks line up in the end zone to get ready. Hamlin again rolling left. Now he's going to call his own number. Oh, really? I mean that spot couldn't be any more dead center, right, with the window. And they got to go. 23 seconds. And it's going to pass, and that's going to be incomplete. This is fourth down. 17 seconds left. Can they make it happen? Or does Satellite have the stop in them? They got someone uncovered. Rolling. Right. And that's going to be a flag. That's a sack. And Satellite Beach will take the victory. And you knew that flag was coming. First down, penalty declined, first down, and with 7 seconds left, here, if you're a satellite, the best formation in football, the formation you love to see when you're on the right side of it, that victory formation. Jacob Atwell says 12U will be a good game. Oh, I hope so. 14U is going to get uglier than a masterpiece sneaker. And they said, go ahead and run the clock. We're not even going to have them snap it. And that'll do it. The Satellite Beach Scorpions, thanks to the special teams making a play, followed up by 2 plays made by Landry Hart, the reception that put him inside the 5 to number 8, Slade Wisner, and then a Landry Hart 3-yard touchdown run to put him 8-0 over the Port Orange Hawks. A great defensive game. Folks, when we come back, we will have 12U action right here on the Brevard Sports Network. I'd like to thank, again, Kelly Williams Real Estate with the McCann Group Beachside here on the Brevard Sports Network. Your final 8-0 Satellite Beach takes the victory here on the Brevard Sports Network.